We have several things in the community that we see patterns of that truly are troubling. And we see young people, we see families struggling with a variety of issues.
Well, as an educator in Catoosa County, one of the things that I see that breaks my heart is when one of our students drops out of school. And we do everything we can to give our students options. And sometimes they don't choose those options, and when they drop out of school, their opportunities for a future, those opportunities diminish.
The things that I see in the community that break my heart the most are our younger children, our teenagers growing up in either parentless homes. We have several homeless children in the community that aren't even getting a chance to become a productive member of society. And it's my concern that we really need to break that cycle of crime and really try to give these kids a fighting chance.
So poverty is a big issue in Catoosa County. About 58% of the students who come to school qualify for free and reduced lunch. And so that poverty issue is one that's very difficult to overcome.
We have an issue for repeat offenders and a cycle of crime. The cycle of crime, well, what we're talking about is children following in the footprints of their parents and their older siblings and things like that. And we really need to, it's not uncommon for me to have in the jail a father, a son, a grandson, possibly all at the same time.
We do know that students experiment with drugs and often make some poor choices. Drugs are easily obtainable. Students have prescription drugs in the medicine cabinet at home. Alcohol is easy to obtain. Marijuana is easy to obtain. And often the students are able to experiment with drugs just because it's there.
We have a strong issue with drug and alcohol addiction in society in general, really, even in Catoosa County. Probably, you could say upwards of 80 to 85% of the people in custody in our jail now, even though the crime might not be drug or alcohol related, typically it relates back to some kind of addiction issue.
And as a leader, I recognize those, but also as a believer, I see the fact that those are symptoms of a deeper problem. Those issues related to alcohol, drugs, pornography, addictions, relationship addictions, all these other problems are stemming from the fact that we're starving and we're hungry for the Lord Himself.
Some of the root causes that I think that lead to these problems are issues with society and what we've allowed to, or what we've allowed to accept.
There ain't no reason things are this way. It's how they always been and they intend to stay. I can't explain why we live this way. We do it every day.
Church would really get involved and start saying, how would I exercise that? How do they begin to see that? Well, first of all, we follow up on burdens and leadings that He gives us to say somebody needs to make a difference here. It says in the Word, minister to the orphans, to the needy, to the elderly, to the widows, to these people. We don't have to continue to say, well, I'll just sit back and wait till God leads me. We can realize He already has. And when they see hurting people, we don't just turn our heads and think it's somebody else's job. It is our job.
I think the citizens need to have a voice, and the citizens need to speak up. We need to say that we're Christians and that we believe that what should happen should follow with the word of the Bible and lead our people into a better way of life.
We need you. We need churches. We need the people who are members of congregations in our community to partner with the school system. Our students need good role models and mentors.
I'm looking for churches to partner with the Sheriff's Office in becoming life coaches for these individuals. What I would like to do and what my plan is as Sheriff is I want to start a counseling session with these inmates here in our jail. And I would like to look for the closest church to where that person lives. And then I'd like to bring that church into that same session and introduce them into the family. Not only with just the person that's in custody, but also the family that's still out at the home. And then the church would start working with that family, because when that inmate gets out of custody, they're going to need help, they're going to need support, and they're not getting that right now. They don't get it from their moms and dads like some of us did as we were growing up.
My main burden is believers needing to be seen by the community as persons who really know the answer. Not have the answer, but know the answer in Christ Himself. And I firmly believe that when they see a reason to ask us for what is the hope within us, and we can articulate the person that's the hope within us, they're going to start seeing something to live for, and something that's stronger and more powerful than the things that we've all been turning to.
I believe that we could make a difference in this community by partnering with churches, businesses, and citizens in our community who care about children.
I'd love to see all of us as churches, your church, other churches in this community, be on our knees before God, crying out for the city, crying out for the persons in it. And I'd love to see the people that don't know Christ begin hungering for Him because they see Him in believers.